Let's move on to a film that we saw a good few weeks ago as part of a secret screening. A foreign film that we were not expecting to see, but it's out in the Tyneside Cinema today, and it's Disorder.
Yes, it is. So, obviously, we have seen quite a few secret screenings over the past few months, and this time it was a bit different, because as we walked into the screen, we were handed out a sheet, and it was basically saying about sort of how many foreign films do you see, what foreign films have you seen before, like just general stuff about foreign films, and we were like, okay, this is probably going to be something a bit different, and it was Disorder, which is wildly different from some of the other stuff that we've seen, like Whiplash and the usual stuff that we've seen at secret screenings in the past. So it was good to see something a bit different. How it went down with the audience, it went down surprisingly well.
I think so.
Like the Twitter reaction wasn't as bad as wasted snacks is still my favourite thing of this year.
Hashtag
so
wasted
far.
snacks. Was that for 999?
Yeah, it was. There was a secret screening for people thought it was going to be Deadpool, and they were like, "Oh yeah, if it's Deadpool, we're going to riot and stuff like that," like tongue in cheek. But I don't think they were. And then it was 999 in the end, and the groan when it was 999 was amazing.
All the time though.
And then on Twitter,
on
the way out, there was I crap you not, like 5 different photos of people like with like massive bags of popcorn, tons of sweets, tons of like jars of Coke, and saying like, spent 50 quid on all this food to see this crap, what a waste, hashtag wasted snacks. And that was a thing.
Yeah.
That just shows how entitled some people feel.
But let's not digress on those
films.
Yeah,
so I'm glad to see something a bit different. I'm glad they chose a foreign film. So Disorder is directed by Alice Winokur. She directed she directed Augustine, and she wrote Mustang from this year, which is
out soon.
Yeah, out soon. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And it's featuring Matthias. I'm going to butcher this name.
Matthias Schoenaerts.
Schoenaerts, yeah, and basically. Schoenaerts, and he plays a character called Vincent. He is a French Special Forces soldier who's just been come back from Afghanistan. He's suffering from PTSD, and he's basically struggling to get over that. He's hired to ensure the security of Jessie, who's the wife of a rich Lebanese businessman at their luxurious villa. However, he starts to experience a sort of strange fascination for the woman that he has to protect, and increasingly seems to fall into paranoia whether he's sort of right if there's a danger that she is going to be threatened by, or if the danger is very real indeed. And, I'm
going to go to Becca first, because it sounds like Becca liked it the most of us. So what did you think?
I think I joined it the most because I was on my own.
Right, which is always good, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, I've not really been exposed much to foreign films as much as what you guys have. It's not something that I watch a lot, and it was pretty much like a French Drive, and I absolutely love Drive. I don't know what it was about it, but I was really like captivated with the story, even though there wasn't a lot going on in terms of things, and it did take place mostly in the house, I guess, but I don't know really how to describe how I felt about it, but I did really, really like it.
Well, I've got no problem with slow films, and I've certainly got no problem with films that are in the same location for a long space of time, because you can do a lot with that. But for me, kind of nothing did happen, and that was the problem for me. Like I've got no problem with films that don't have anything going on either, but this just didn't have anything that grabbed me either. I thought Matthias Schoenaerts was fine. I think he's getting some better roles. He was good in A Bigger Splash a few weeks ago, but I mean in this, we don't really. I don't know. There's not much going on with him, and then Diane Kruger is the sort of the person he's looking after. It kind of what develops from them meeting just kind of doesn't seem to work and doesn't seem to fit. And as such, I didn't really get invested with it at all. And the thing about it being Drive, I think the fact that it was too much like Drive meant I didn't like it, because it just wasn't as good.
It was a great soundtrack, though.
It was a great soundtrack, and we are going to play some of the soundtrack in a bit. But for me, because it was too much like Drive, but then not as good in most senses. I mean, like Matthias Schoenaerts is no Gosling. And Diane Kruger and she's no Carey Mulligan.
To be fair though, not living up to Ryan Gosling isn't exactly a bad thing.
I know, but if that's what they were going for, I don't know if they were going for that.
And we didn't have an Oscar Isaac in it.
That is true. That's why this film fails from. I mean, most films fail if they haven't got Oscar Isaac in. That's why I don't give 10s.
If they were going for a Drive thing, they completely failed, because I don't know why there's comparisons to Drive. It's not half.
It's probably just the soundtrack, isn't it? And
like
some of the colours.
It's literally just the soundtrack. Matthias, whatever his name, he's not like Ryan Gosling's character in any way. I mean, he's kind of quiet, but that's it. It's mainly because of the PTSD.
That's probably what it is, isn't it? The fact that he's quiet.
That's it. But in sense of style, the filmmaking as well, it is in no way, shape, or form like the camera work in Drive or anything like that. No. It's pretty much just common kind of foreign film handheld crap, really, to be honest, and it was just kind of really boring. That didn't go anywhere, and I was trying to kind of rush you into the kind of, oh, this is happening, but then nothing. It just develops into nothing. Nothing happens.
I think for me as well, because it was a female director.
Okay.
All for women's power and all that.
Yeah.
You know.
I completely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an argument that needs bringing up. There's not a lot of female directors,
Nope.
but it's another one that they've shown us at this secret screening. Because we had Selma last year with Ava DuVernay, which was very good.
Well, I think 4 of my top 5 last year were directed by women.
Well, there
So,
you go.
I mean,
There you go. Look at us, the diverse
Little
film
feminist.
show. Yeah.
the diverse show.
For me, I can't recommend Disorder. I recommend a copy of Drive instead. But there you go.
Yeah.
Becca?
I would recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
As I said earlier, like, I'm not really big on the whole foreign films. Not just because I'm not interested in them.
No.
It's just I've never really had the
Come
time,
across
or
them.
like I don't know what to watch. I don't know where to go.
But
and
has
I have,
this piqued your interest in seeing more?
yeah, definitely. And I have told my friends to see it
Mm.
if they're not really big on foreign films.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think-
good,
I
it's a
think
good little
it's-
leeway into it.
Yeah,
I
I
think.
think so. I'm glad this shows this because I think it will open up the audience that we saw it with to more. And obviously, Joe, if you want any foreign film recommendations,
Yeah.
you've got the
Well, I
encyclopedia
kind of just
right here.
ignore Joe's film recommendations because I just don't know them. So
But the more you know.
yeah, but
I mean,
nah,
yes, some of them are quite obscure, but I think there's been some pretty good ones.
I just ignore
and
Joe.
Joe gives the approving nod. There
I'm
you
just
go.
glad that they had the guts to show something a bit different, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad
agree.
for Secret Scenes they could
Well
have shown
done.
them. They've managed to show something a bit more out there and open people's eyes. Because I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, we're not proper critics. We're just 3
No.
idiots and guests talking about films for a bit.
Yeah. But
Any guests that come in do become idiots as a result.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean,
Cheers.
just the fact that we do see quite a few foreign films for the show.
Yeah.
We do sometimes take for granted that some people haven't seen many foreign films, and this is, you know, it's a good way to get them into it.
Yeah, but please, if you're going to play a foreign film next time, please play Son of Saul.
Because as you all know,
Dying to see Son of Saul.
Joe is dying to see Son
I'm
of
dying
Saul.
to see Son of Saul.
Anyway, my finger slipped.
But
What
yeah,
can I say?
I can't recommend Disorder.
No,
No.
sorry, I
No.
can't recommend it.
No, you can't, can you, Ryan?
But
No.
Becca does, and that's fine. But it's on the Tiny Side Cinema. Make your own mind up. If you do see it and you want to get in touch with us, Facebook.com/LRJ Film Show. Tweet us at LRJ Film Show. But
Be careful what you Insta Google tweet paste.
the wisest words. They
Cheers,
get wiser
Love you,
every
Woody.
week from
Love you,
Woody
man.
Harrelson. What a man.